Hello guys, before I start the video, just wanted to point out there are many ways that a shared neutral can happen. Since we're doing a brand new home, the homeowner haven't moved in yet, it's a brand new house, so we got to make sure everything works. But there are many ways that a shared neutral can happen. It can happen from damaged wire where the two neutrals are rubbing, and it can cause two breakers to trip. Okay, but in my case it was a mistake happened on rough stage. Okay, and then I just had to splice one and then separate the neutrals, and then we're good to go. So just wanted to point that out. Another thing I wanted to point out, whenever you have a shared neutral or two breakers are tripping, most likely go to your switch box before you start removing all the little receptacles, because it's very rare for electrician and residential to actually put two home run into one receptacle box. Okay, unless if it's the dishwasher disposal, sometimes that happen. So yes, it's a good practice before you actually remove anything like the receptacles. You just go ahead and do the switches first, because those hold a lot of big circuit, and majority of the time, 90% of the time, if not 95% of the time, whenever there's two circuit, they don't put it on the receptacles, they always put it on the switch. And then those two different circuit should be, the neutral should be spliced separately. So if you don't see any separate neutral, at least in one box, to represent neutral for one circuit and the second neutral for the second circuit, if every single switch box the neutrals are combined, most likely you're looking at a shared neutral, and they need to be separated for that circuit to work. All right, let us get back to the video. All right, guys, we got tripping breakers. They sent the service guy out. They say that they can't really find a problem, so that's why I'm out here. So check this out. Trip. That tripped. So these two breaker tripped. There are many ways you can actually do this. You can actually grab those two neutrals here in each of these breakers, and then if you got one of these, it doesn't matter the brand, okay? If you got one of these and you connect it in, those two neutral, then it's gonna give you exactly which box the two neutrals are sharing. But remember, the service guy didn't know if it was a two neutral sharing, just two breakers were actually tripping, so they go ahead and remove these receptacles right here, and just to double check what's going on, that's a good course of action. Yeah, they actually remove all the receptacles to actually see if it's not a ground touching a hat or something going on here. Okay, so that's the reason why they removed all the receptacle to check it out. But they didn't really find a problem, so that's why I'm here, to actually kind of like let you guys know, when there is two breakers tripping, don't remove receptacle covers yet. Because it's two breakers tripping, most likely it might be sharing something going on, okay? Neutral sharing, okay? So the best thing to do is open your box right here. You open your main box, your full gain, your 3 gain like I did over here. Check inside first before you start removing all these, okay? You check inside, you see neutrals together, and then you checked over here also. Neutrals are together. Okay, all the neutrals are together, especially for a big place like this. Definitely those, there should be around 2 to 3 circuit on a big like place like this. So most likely this whole place can't go in one circuit. If it was a one circuit, all these neutral could be spliced together. But in this case, this is 2 circuit tripping. So most likely one of these box should have neutral split. So as you can see, this one right here, these neutrals are all together. Neutral all together on this one, and also neutral all together in that one. I'm not gonna pull it out. I just wanted to make the quick video so you guys can see. And one more time, we're gonna go ahead. You guys already saw, so I don't even need to do the other one, because as long as something tripped, I don't like to keep on bothering the breaker, okay? So we're just gonna remove some of these neutral to see what's going on, but I can already see where the problem could be. Not in this one, because this one is a simple circuit. Just these right here, just your disc light and three-way over here. I can already guess. I'm not really gonna bother this one yet. So really my guess is between this one right here, because this one is a bigger circuit, and the full gain over there. So we're gonna resplit the neutral to see what is really going on. All right, but my guess is the full gain, because the full gain go with the upstairs family over here. So we're gonna tackle this one first, then we're gonna check all the circuit to see what's going on. Remember, when it's two circuit tripping, don't go and remove the cover of your receptacle yet. It's a good plan, but you don't need to go do it. That shouldn't be the first option for you, okay? Especially if it's two breaker tripping. If it was one breaker tripping, yeah, you can remove outlet and stuff like that, and then to see what's going on. But when it's two circuit, double check the neutrals first, especially on new homes, okay? New homes, especially on new homes, double check the breakers. Two breakers tripping, double check your neutral, and then to see if they are sharing. And then if nothing, then you can move to the next step. So we're gonna actually remove the neutral so you guys can see what's going on. I'm gonna try to do it by one hand, okay? I hope I'm steady enough. I know you guys on TikTok, social media, you guys love to complain about any teeny bit of things. I'm using just one hand here. Okay, this one's for the kitchen, this one's for the kitchen, this one's for the stairs, and this one right here should be for over here, the family. And this one right here, I think it's for the pendant. We don't have any pendant in this house. We just blank it out. So we're just gonna remove the neutral. I think I'm gonna do it behind camera, okay guys? Okay, pretty much we separated the neutrals, okay? I did everything behind camera because I don't have a cameraman with me. I'm my own cameraman, okay? So yeah, I split this one, and this one I haven't split anything in there yet because we don't know. All right. So we go in there. Double check. These were the two breakers right here. Remember, in trip position, you barely can actually see it. Especially for homeowners, they might not have that keen eye to actually double check. So that's how a trip breaker would look like, barely off. All right, because it's stripped. Now you turn it off. Okay, turn on. There you go. Lo and behold, it was the neutral. Nothing happening. Everything is on. Okay. So I didn't even need to check this box on the neutral. I didn't even need to check the 3 gain because these are your main boxes. These, just double check the kitchen. There you go. There you go. The kitchen's working. So if it's 1 breaker, that's the step you pick. But if it's 2 breaker, the first step, open your box to see how many neutrals tied together. One of these box should have neutral split, because it's very rare for an electrician to wire, well, for residential, okay, for an electrician to wire our receptacles with 2 different power. It's not often in the residential field. It's not often. One thing you might find, we wire with 2 different breaker on the same receptacle, would be your dishwasher. As you can see, they're barely spaced down here. So usually the electrician would usually use 1 receptacle, but 2 breaker. Okay, but when you choose to do it that way, there are exceptions in the code.